30 seconds. Three, two, one, go.
All right, there goes Mitch Seavey on run 53, another returning champ of this year's race.
We're here at the 2025 Iditarod race start in Fairbanks, Alaska.
Because of me. I made him go.
So the Iditarod is starting here in Fairbanks this year because it's been a really weird winter and there's a lack of snow to the south, so it had been determined by the officials that some of the trail was impassable, so they've decided to start it here in Fairbanks.
The Iditarod is arguably the most famous and one of the most difficult sled dog races in the world. Every year, mushers and their teams from all over come to test their endurance in the grueling 1,000-mile race. This year, there are 33 teams racing, following the red path to Nome. This was the first sled dog race I attended, and I really don't know a whole lot about the sport. So I reached out to Lindsay, and she explained a little bit more about what it takes to prepare for a 1,000-mile race. This is what she had to say.
Hi guys, my name's Lindsay. I live here in Fairbanks and I'm part of the mushing community. I've been kind of mushing adjacent, I call it, for a while. I've been in the mushing community probably since 2015 or so. I really got full-time immersed in it in winter of 2017, 2018, where I worked for Jeff and Katie Joe Dieter of Black Spruce Dog Sledding. And it was it's really a fun community to be a part of. There's a lot that goes into getting ready for a 1,000-mile race. First of all, the training for the dogs actually starts in like August, September. So we're starting to build miles, much like a human marathoner would go on a schedule. The dogs go on a very similar schedule. Sometimes it's like 3 days on, 2 days off, 1 day on, 1 day off for a block of time, if you will. And you just start building miles. You build a really solid base for them. And then as you kind of progress into winter, November, December, you start looking at series is what we would call it, where you're actually going out, you do say a 40-mile run, you camp for a couple hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, whatever you're training for. Then you get up and you do another 40-mile run. You start building on that, and then you start doing more back-to-back. You do a 40, a rest, a 40, a rest, a 40. So you're really preparing these dogs to do a race like this by building on a series of runs over time, because that's all this race is. We're not running 1,000 miles off the start line. It's a series of smaller runs and rests. So that starts by building the dog's fitness. You as a musher, you're also just kind of getting in shape by living the lifestyle. You're feeding, you're scooping, you're building a sled, whatever it looks like. Closer to the race, drop bags are due, and drop bags are the resupply that mushers use on the trail. So when they leave the start line today, they did not have 1,000 miles worth of food and dog food for themselves and their dogs, or supplies needed. They have enough to do their first run. So at Nanana, they will pick up a drop bag, and packed in that drop bag is everything they need for the next run. And that's dog booties, dog food in the form of meat, often raw beef that we feed frozen, or we can mix into a kibble soup. Also kibble, any supplements the dogs need, food for the musher, snacks for the musher, dry socks, dry gloves, all that goes into those bags, and those are sent out along the trail. So as mushers get to each checkpoint, they resupply, they fill their sleds, and they head off on their next run.
I realized that I didn't film a ending to this video while we were at the race. I started running around trying to grab the right picture. All of my stills are out of focus. I am ending it here. I wish all the teams good luck. We are now 3 days into the race, and I believe the furthest that anyone's gotten so far is Galena. I really hope you enjoyed attending the Iditarod with me. If you got to go yourself, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. It was a very cool experience, something I hope to see again in the future, and it worked out that it started in Fairbanks this year. I will see you guys soon. This tripod is terrible. I'm not even moving the head and it's just super wobbly.